Hi everybody, and welcome back to our Timmy's Terrific Tome. And it is, and those of you that have been following me will know that I am making a Timmy Terrific Tome, and I'm also making this one, which is from papers that I've downloaded from Etsy, but I think have that sort of Timmy kind of vibe to them. This is Timmy fabric down here, and so I've been using this kind of to see if my ideas worked, basically, and it's getting nicely filled up. We've got all of that. This is a detachable part that's going to get attached loosely to there, but it always will be detachable. So that's that. So we've got one section, two sections, the detachable that goes in that side, and then on this side we've got this section, and this is the new section, and then we have to make another detachable to go in there. But let me walk you through this section here, because this is what we're going to be focusing on today. So it's held together with just a piece of string, which I now seem to have knotted. Oh, that's clever. I've done this a gazillion times and it never knots, but you know, of course it does when you're filming. I don't know why that should knot. It simply had a bow in it, but there you go. So this is kind of the cover, if you like, of this section. And it's just paper from the kit. And I've marked it off at 1/2 inch down each side and 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. And I've stuck a piece of vellum. It's two-sided, so I've stuck a piece of vellum to the back of one side and to the back of the other. The vellum is I've just printed it out with one of the sheets that I'm using, and I think it looks really nice, especially when it's inked around and sewn around. So that's that. I've put a eyelet in there, attached my string to there and my string here, so we're all organised. This is, if you like, the proper cover proper, and it's just waiting to be embellished, isn't it? I mean, it's just fabulous. So that opens up to this, which is a little, well, it's a space to put a journaling card in there. And this is Tim Holtz, what he calls collage paper. It's paper to decoupage with, but I've used it here just to fill that window. And it ties down to there. It doesn't need to, it sits flat by itself, but it's just kind of quirky and I like it. And I haven't put a window on the back. It's just, that's how it is on the back, ready to decorate. So that flips out, and this little section here also flips down out of the way, but it's got the button on that we can tie that to. So it's all just a bit of frou-frou really, I think. Then this is a pocket, which we can get some nice journaling cards in, and it folds up and away, just like that. The next piece, this is Tim Holtz fabric. Unfortunately, I haven't got enough left to do the actual Tim Holtz journaling, so we'll have to use a piece of paper instead. So it's just a side pocket. Now I haven't put a thumb notch in here because I love this fraying effect down here. Oops, that needs a bit of glue. Good job I spotted that. Yeah, because you'd lose that frayiness. And then it folds out again, and we've got this. Let me see if I can move this across. Yeah, this section, it's just a plain back page, and then this is a double pocket. It goes that way, and it goes that way. So you can tuck things in from the top and things from the bottom. So that's that page, also fairly straightforward. Then we've got two flips. This one flips up, this one flips down, but we won't look at those today. We'll do those in the next video. And on the back, which is the page that actually sticks into the journal, it's just paper with a tummy tuck down the middle, so we can stick things in there. So that's that. There's a lot of flips and folds and stuff, but I like that sort of thing. Adds interest, doesn't it? So I'm sure I will have to undo this at some stage to see actually what I've done, but for the time being, let's pop this away and move on to the Tim Holtz one proper. Right, so I've just got this section here in front of me, and I think we're going to take it page by page. So the first page is what I described as the cover. So that's the piece that will be the cover. I've cut it, I've inked it. All it needs now is just to be sewn around. But then we've got the flappy bit. So what I've done is I've cut 2 pieces of Tim Holtz paper. I've cut one at the full height of your piece, which in my case is 8 inches. I've cut one at 3 inches and one at 4 inches. And what I've done is scored 1 inch in from this edge so as that can go around to the back and get glued on. Then I've cut, just to be clear, this is 1/2 inch in from the edge, and the horizontal ones are 3/4 inch. So that's 3/4 inch. This here is 3/4 inch, as is this bottom bit. So we've got 2 like that. Then turn it over, take your vellum, and we're going to stick that down on there, and then sew it around the windows, around each window, and the same on here. Stick that down and sew around each window, and then we're going to zigzag around the whole thing, not the flap, but zigzag around here, down here, but not on that crease line, inside the crease line, and around all of it. And then I'll come back and I'll show you how to glue it. So let's just do that for a start off without getting too complicated with other things. So see you back here in a sec. Okay, so I've got my 3 pieces sewn around. This is the back, I suppose that's the word, the back. So that's going to go there like so. Isn't it pretty? It's really lovely. But these 2 are the bits that are of interest, really. So this bit, this is the bit with the flippy flappy bit on. That's going to go under there and get stuck on there. Then it comes over like that, and the other piece that we did, the similar piece but without the flap, let's just check I've got it the right way up, that goes there. And then we'll glue it around here and up that middle section and there, leaving these 2 bits here open so we can put a card in it. So let's just do that. Let's attach this first to this, and then it's done. My art glitter glue was in a really bad mood yesterday. Really bad. Mr. F had to clean the nozzle out completely twice. I don't know what was wrong with it. I hadn't done anything to it that I don't normally do. But you know, glues are funny things, aren't they? Right, so that's that. Let's just pop that there, like that. Whoops. Fold that over and make sure you level top and bottom, and that you're pushed in as far as you can go, being comfortable, if you like, that that's going to fold over. So yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Let's just burnish that down. And then this piece, that's the inside. You can see all the ugly stitching inside. That's why we stitch each piece separately, so we don't get this ugly stitching. So that's the bottom, and that's going to fit in there nicely. That's good. Right, so this is the side I don't want to stick, so I'm going to keep my thumb on there because it's all too easy. I've done it so often, stick the wrong side. It just happens. So the top, down the side, across this middle section, then carry on down that side and along the bottom. Okay, so this is the side we want open, so we want it on this side, and just place that over there. Make sure that you've got it straight and level and even and everything else. This wants to come in a touch. That wants to just go out a touch. That's lovely. So you can see we've still got this very faint bit up there, but that's the bit that enables this to bend over on itself. So there we go. That's that. So that folds over. Give it another burnish down, but it is going to be held in place. I mean, it's staying there by itself, really, to be honest. But we are going to put an eyelet there, and then on the back we're going to bring a piece of string round so we can tie it here. But that's a very pretty cover. I like that. So let's do the eyelet now, and then it's done. So it wants to go about there, I would say. Maybe a bit lower down. Kind of in the middle of that bit there, which is about there. Right, let's do that then. So let's find an eyelet that's black if I've got any. Do I have any black eyelets? Well, they're sort of dark brown. There's no black in there. Let's just have a look. That's black, yay! How do you get into this? Oh, like that. Yeah, this one, these are black. Perfect for the job. Only need one at the moment, but I'll leave those out because I do want them further along the process. So let's get my crocodile out and make a hole where we've marked. Right there, I reckon. Yeah, that looks good. Drop the eyelet in. Assuming it wants to go. Does seem a little too big for that hole. But let's see if we can do it. It does seem quite large for that hole. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I mean, it's nearly there, but it's not. So let's not force the issue. See what else we've got. These are all strange shapes, stars and such like. What have I got? I've got pinks, blue, purple. I'll leave those out because it might come down to that. No, I don't think I've got anything else suitable. So, I'm going to put those away, wasn't I? Yet? So I'll use the darkest colour of this one. It's a nice colour anyway. It's kind of gunmetal-y sort of colour. Won't look out of place, definitely not. And that fits in there like a charm. And just set that. If I can find it. Come on. I think that's it. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm just going to give it another squeeze, but I think we're there anyway. Yeah, that's nice. Lovely, lovely job. That's the We Are Memory Keepers branded eyelets, and yeah, they are more expensive. Of course they are. Anything you want is more expensive. However, so we've got this piece ready to stick onto there. So I'll just leave that there like that, and we'll move on to the back of that page. And there's a lot of toing and froing with this. In fact, shall we leave that for the time being, and let's just do the easy ones. Let's pick off the low-hanging fruit, shall we? This one, I'm pretty sure you don't need to watch me make. I'm just going to sew down each side of the tummy tuck, stick it on, and then zigzag around the whole thing and stick it onto that page. So that's all I'm going to be doing for that. Okay, so I've sewn my tummy tuck, sewn around the page, and I've actually stuck it on. And whilst I was at it, I've actually stuck the front page on, because you'd seen all it needs. There's nothing else to do apart from just stick it on. So I've still left that page untouched, but that page is done. And this page, it's just just a rectangle to match our page. So I've just inked it and sewn around it, and that's going to go there. And I have actually drawn a line up the centre because I'm so bad at eyeing things up. I've stitched around here, and I've actually stitched along there as well, just to give the idea that it is a pocket. I don't know. Let's trim the ends of the thread so that can get stuck. I've made a mark there, and I've made a mark there. So as long as I follow those lines, this should be straight. That's the theory. So I just want to go down each side and then across the middle. So let's do that. Let's cover up these old gents here. I don't know what they're doing. It looks like a house sale or something like that. That's my guess. I don't know. They could be doing anything. Could be talking about trains. I love Timmy Peeps, and I love the way that it makes people make up stories. You know, I watch Ki-young and whatever, and other people as well. Gail's another one that makes up great stories about people. Oh, forgot to put my glue across the middle. But it does. Everybody wants to make up a story about these people and what it is they're doing, where they've been, what they're doing. And I really like that. Right, so see if we can get this lined up. So that's my mark and that's my mark. Does that look something like, yeah, I think that looks okay. And that looks okay. I think that's all right, you know. I think that's all right. Let's just have a look. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's okay. So let's just burnish that down. Whoops, bit of gluage, but that's okay. We can wipe that up. I like it in a sense when it squidges out, because then you know you've definitely got enough. But with the art glitter, be sure to mop it up really quickly, because it does dry clear, but it dries shiny. There we go. So we can go ahead and stick this one on. So we're making progress here, actually. I'm going to use a collage for that job, which just about needs to be refilled again. It's ridiculous the amount of glue I'm going through. It's no wonder this weighs so much, because the amount of glue itself. And paper isn't light, is it, either? You know, when you buy a paper pad, it's not light. So when you consider I've used more than a paper pad in here, of course it's not going to be light. Lovely, that's that. So let's get this stuck down. And I want it as near this outside edge as I can, which will give us every chance of leaving that space there for the fold over on the crease. Lovely, that's a lovely job. Now I need to get rid of all these pencil marks that I've been making willy-nilly. But they did their job. They helped me get it straight. Because I know without them I would have just done a horrible job. So there we are, I've got two pockets there. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely. Right, so apart from that, we're okay. So let's turn this over and see. Thanks, Mr. F. He's just filled my collar up. How good is he? He's very good. Right, so that's the bit that's going to go there. This is the bit that's going to go here. It's just a side pocket. It's straightforward. So I'm going to sew down there, not taking a thumb notch out. As I said, I like this paper too much. So I'm just going to sew around there and then come back and glue it onto there and sew around the whole thing. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so we're progressing really, really well. And I'm assuming, you know, that you've watched the other videos, or that you just know how to do that. So we've got so far done the front page, including this flap with the two little pockets in for cards. This is the only page I think now that we've got left to do. We've got a tummy tuck page, we've got this double pocket page, and this page, which this is a pocket in here. So that brings us to this page, which is the most complicated page, I think. Let's just put my lid on my glue. That's no good. So that's the back of it all. And then we've got a little vellum, pocket really, for a journaling card. So this measures, no good, I can't tell on that. This measures 4 3/4. 4 3/4 from there to there, and then I've scored an inch down there to fold back for the flap. And then I've cut around 3/4 of an inch all the way around, and I've stuck a piece of vellum on the back. It's Tim Holtz vellum, it's just divine. And that is going to get stuck onto there eventually, and it'll open it up. And on the back, we're going to put this piece, like so. But we're going to leave this part open so we can put a journaling card in there, or a tag, or whatever. So that's what's going to happen with that. Now, down the bottom, we've got a pocket, which goes there, like so. And it just needs to be sewn along the top. That's all that needs to happen to it. It'll get sewn with the rest of it. And then this piece. And this is the piece that has this on. So I've doubled it over just to give it a bit more strength, because I didn't think it would have enough with just one thickness. So this piece measures in its entirety 4 3/4. And I've scored it at 1 3/4 inches and then 3.5 inches, inked everywhere. And this is what's going to happen. You're going to fold it in like that, and this flap here is going to be the thing it hinges on, like that. And this is where that goes. So let's break this down, do it bit by bit by bit. So this acetate bit here, the back part of it, for those of you that want to know, measures 3 5/8. It's a convenient measurement, isn't it? By 5. And it's just going to pop into there and be the other side of this pocket that we're going to make here. So I've glued that down, glued the acetate down. So I now need to sew around that window. And if you're not sewing, don't worry, you don't need gluing, will be fine. I've just made sewing a sort of feature of this. So I'm going to sew around the window, then sew with zigzag round, not including the flap, so just down the side of that flap, and then I'm going to zigzag all the way around there. So I'll just do that, and then actually I'm also going to sew along the top of this pocket while I'm there. So that's that. Let's do that, and I'll see you soon. Right, okay, I think we are progressing. I have zigzagged around this part, which is the kind of base, if you want to say that. I have stitched along the top of this pocket, which is going to go, I shouldn't have zigzagged, should I? I need to zigzag that in place. Oh well, I'll do that. I'll stick it on and then I'll zigzag around the bottom there. That's not a big job. And then I've got this. So I've stitched around the window, and is that a thread end, or am I imagining things? Could well be imagining things. No, it's a thread end. Right, so yeah, I've zigzagged around all of this, making sure that I haven't caught the flap in it, because it's just going underneath. We don't need to zigzag it. Wow, look at all these ends. My goodness. So many ends. Right, lovely. Okay, so the next thing that we can do, let's take all these pieces and move this to one side, is stick this onto the back of there. That's the thing to do. So I want it quite near the top. I want to leave enough space for this and it to fold. So I don't want it really, really tight to there, but you know, don't leave a ridiculous gap either. So let's put some art glitter on that and see where we are. It's coming up to lunchtime here as I'm filming this, and we're having salmon today, and all of this is the second time now in fairly close succession that we've had salmon, and it's because Keone, well, a little while ago, posted a picture on her page of what she'd cooked for the main meal, and it was fish with rice and green vegetables, and it just looked so gorgeous. I mean, really, really gorgeous, that I had to have it. Simple as that. I just had to have it. So this is the second time now we've had it. First time was delicious, I must say. It's not exactly a cheap meal because salmon is not cheap, but it is delicious. So that's going to get stuck onto there. Let's just, yeah, there's plenty of room for it. So I'm just going to stick it on the three sides. Oh, good point. I nearly forgot something there. Very nearly. This has got an eyelet there. So before you stick your back on, make sure you put your eyelet in, because you can't, there's no way I can get in with that crocodile, We Are Memory Keeper's crocodile, if that page is shut. So let's do that now. So I want it in the corner about there, I would say. So let's make a hole there. Phew, I'm glad I remembered that just in the nick of time. That could have been nasty. Lovely, that's that. Let's get these out again. Get one of the darker ones out. And just set that. Can't believe how close I was to missing that. I have done this page, I think I did it in the Edith one, and I'm pretty sure then I forgot to put this in, and it was a real fiddle trying to get it in. Oh, keep knocking it out. Go in. These big bite ones aren't the easiest to see, to be honest. And that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I sort of need to get it half squeezed, so I've got somewhere, that's it, somewhere to locate it on. Lovely. Yeah, that's great. Thankfully we remembered. So let's just burnish that down so we know where we're at, and stick this on. And as I say, you're just sticking it around the three sides. Don't stick up this side, because that's where the pocket's going to go. So I'll leave my thumb on the side that we don't want to glue, and just put your art glitter on your stitches, because that's a bit that is always loath to glue, is the stitches. And at the end of any project, no matter how well you think you've glued it, it's always a good idea to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that everything is glued down, because sometimes it just isn't. Right, so let's line that up there, along there, the side where there's no glue, and then let's bring that down to fit. Needs to go up a little bit. Yeah, I think we're all right there. I think that's good. So I can't really see any glue, but just in case there is any, I'll just wipe around it. Phew, there we go. Right. Oh, there's glue on the vellum. Oh no. Is it on the other side? No. We're lucky it's on this side. There we are. Right. So the next thing to do, I guess, is think about this. That needs to get stuck down there, but also we need our little, come here, this bit. Now that's going to get stuck on the back, kind of about there. I don't want to interfere too closely to the boundary, I nearly called it, the hinge, the crease, whatever you want to say. So let's attend to this next. So I'm just going to glue it down. Like that. Fold that over. Make sure it's nicely stuck. Lovely, so that's going to get tucked under there when we've got this pocket in place, and that's going to have this on it. So I think that's a good place for it. In the centre, looks like it would be fine. So let's mark the centre so we know where we're going. It measures, what did I say, 1 3/4. So convenient. And it measures 3 1/4 across, so that's 1 1/2, 1 5/8. So let's make a mark at 1 5/8, and then the halfway mark this way. No, this way. Yep, try that one. 1 3/4, so half of that is 7/8, is it? 8, 10, 12, 14, yeah, 7/8. 7/8 it is. So let's make a mark there. Right, so that's my mark. That's where I'm going to punch my hole, which is should be fairly central to that. So let's get the crocodile out again. Punch that hole out. And then I want to punch a hole in my circles. There we go. Oh, I need that out again because I need to attach that, don't I? That would be a bit daft if I didn't. So which way is that going? This way, I think. Doesn't seem to be much difference, to be honest. Right, so that's in place. That was in place till I knocked it. Is that the right colour? Is that the right colour? Yeah, that's the right colour. Lovely. So we'll just set this. Excellent. Right, so we're nearly there. So what I need to do is glue this in position and then zigzag around outside it. Because I've obviously zigzagged that, but I forgot to glue the pocket on. Silly ninny. So just tack this because I'm going straight to the machine, so I don't want much glue on it. But I don't want it to keep moving either, because that's a pain. So just a little bit of glue like that. Stick this in place. Like that. Ooh, I was going to say a little bit more this way, not that much. Right, that's fine. So I need to zigzag around there and possibly stitch, just plain stitch around that one, and then it'll get stuck onto there. Yeah, I'm going to plain stitch around there and zigzag this bottom pocket that I forgot to zigzag before. Right, so I think we're making progress. This is our pocket. Oh, look at that. This is art glitter for you. Sometimes you can't trust it. I've noticed that, particularly with stitching. Let's put extra art glitter on there. This is what I mean about going through your journal afterwards to make sure that everything is absolutely stuck. Because sometimes, particularly with stitching, it can be naughty. It can be naughty. So anyway, that's that. It flips out. We've got a pocket. I'm going to tie some string in there, and we've got this little doodad here that we're going to stick onto there. So let's do that now. I'm going to use Collage. I trust it more. So let's just push that down to where it's comfortably going to fit, like there. And I've got a bit of seepage, but I'm all right with that. I know it's going to stick. Let's just turn it over and check we haven't. Yeah, we have got a little bit of seepage here as well. So get rid of that while it's still wet, and just check that that wants to. I think we're all right. Let's just give it a little friendly persuasion. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine, because we're going to put some string in there. So I'm just going to feed it, just feed it, says she, and see if the rest of the art glitter's stuck. No, that hasn't stuck either. Oh, sorry if you can hear that, it's my tummy. It's nearly lunchtime, I'm starving. Right, let's just get some of this off here. Sure, I don't need this much, but never mind. Let's glue that down, shall we? Again. More repairs than anything. I mean, maybe if I left it, it would be all right, but it seems pretty keen to come up. Make sure your string's out of the way before you glue that. I think it's all right. I think so. Okay, so just tie a knot in this. Left over right, right over left sort of thing. I don't know which one that was. Right over left or left over right, doesn't matter. There we are, and then another one the other way. So I've got 3 knots in this. I don't think I need 3, but you know, good measure. Let's just cut that off about there. And then this will come down here, and I'm just going to take my bone folder actually under here, just ease it up a little bit so the string will go under it, no problem. Lovely. And then we've got our string, so you just bring it down. Looks like it wants to go that side first, so that's all right. Just like that. I'm not going to cut this off till I've absolutely, stuck it in and made sure in my own mind that everything's where it should be. and this is just going to get stuck onto there. And I think we've done really well today. We'll have a look at what we've done in a minute once I've got this stuck down. I trust the Collage much more than I trust art glitter, and that's the truth. Art glitter seems to dry so quickly. It like dries before it's done its sticking business. But we'll see. We'll go through the journal, just see what has stuck and what hasn't. I mean, generally when I've finished a page, I put it under weight anyway. And I think the pressure helps to persuade the art glitter to stick. Right, so I want this close up to this edge, as close as I can get it. Like that, and that leaves that space there for the, oh, let's undo this, so it can bend. I think that's looking good. Let's just check that we're all right there. Yeah, I think so. I think that's good. Lovely. Excellent. So what have we got done today? Let's have a look and see. I'm going to wind this round twice and then cut it off there, because I'm sure I don't, oh, I might make a knot in it actually, just in case this frays. I don't think it does, but just in case. So tie a knot and cut it off the other side of the knot. So that's lovely. Right, so let's have a recap then of what we've achieved today. Right, this is the sort of front of it. These are 2 pockets that we can get journaling cards in. They seem to have stuck all right. There's vellum in each one. This is the cover, that beautiful image. Then this page, we've got this flap that comes out, a pocket down here, and this little gizmo that attaches the, it's just, you don't need it, it's just frou-frou. This page, which is a side pocket, let's just check it's still open, yeah. And then on the back of that we've got this page, which is the tummy tuck, straightforward. This page, which is a double pocket, you can get in the top there, or you can get in the bottom, but you can't get all the way through because I glued it down that line where it's stitched. So that's it, that's what we've done. Now what we still have to do is 2 more flaps, one that flaps this way and one that flaps this way. So the next video will be all about that, and then that's that section completed. So yeah, well done, you stuck with me today, you got through all that, and at some stage in the future, should you ever wish to make this, I really do hope that you've got enough instructions that you can do that. So thanks for sticking with me today, guys. Bye.